Hello and welcome back to Dump Slate, a podcast about movies. My name is Felix and I'm your host, and welcome to episode 1 of season 2 where we're covering Vegas. We still only have 4 minutes and 20 seconds though, so let's get started. Today we are covering Casino, co-written and directed by Martin Scorsese. The film is starring Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Sharon Stone. Casino follows Ace, played by Robert De Niro, a gambling expert who works for the Chicago Mafia to run the Tangiers casino gaming floor to ensure that the casino and the Mafia get a healthy suitcase every single month. Between having to manage the casino, deal with his mafia buddy Nicky, played by Joe Pesci, balance his relationship with Ginger, played by Sharon Stone, in the ever-evolving and changing Vegas landscape at the time, Ace has a lot to deal with in this epic film filled with cocaine, back alley beatings, and the old Vegas we love and know. This is what people think of when they think of old Vegas and the Mafia running it, and that's kind of true because it's based off of when the Chicago outfit Mafia was running Vegas in the 70s. Ace, De Niro's character, is based off of Lefty Rosenthal, who back in the day ran the Stardust, where Resorts World is, Fremont Hotel, which is still active, the Marina, which is currently MGM, and the Hacienda Hotel, where Mandalay Bay currently sits. We'll get more into the history later, though. Like all Scorsese films, you really have to pay attention for the first 45 minutes at least to understand who the fuck is who and what the fuck is going on. Once Ace and Ginger get married, the pacing does slow down a little bit for a while for you to catch up, but the fuckery does not, and it just continues to get worse. And it's honestly because of Nicky Santoro, played by Joe Pesci, based off Tony Spilotro, or Ant, a high-ranking Chicago outfit member who was responsible for watching over the skim in the casino that Ace was running. This 3-hour film has honestly a lot of details that I could go on forever about Vegas, but here's a few things I especially just want to cover. First, the entire scene when they have Can't You Hear Me Knockin' playing by the Rolling Stones, and Nicky's just explaining all the shit that has to go on within the casinos in the skim to get to Chicago through a Kansas City Italian deli. That entire scene is just so fucking sick to me. That is one of the first scenes I remember really, catching my attention, and I go back for that scene in this film. Second, I want to mention a scene that really stood out to me when Ace is on the phone with Ginger at his house. Scorsese uses a split diopter shot on Ace, as you can see in this reference here from Carrie by Brian De Palma, who's a frequent user of this shot along with Alfred Hitchcock. Now, typically it's used to show two subjects in the same frame sitting at different distances away, which creates this blur in the middle of the frame. Now, for some reason in this scene, Scorsese only uses it on Ace, and there's actually no one behind him. While Ginger's talking, there's actually someone behind her, and he doesn't use it there. So I really want to know what the whole specific reason on whether it be to have tension about someone possibly coming to kill Ace and he wants to catch your eye there, or maybe it's just showing how Ace is actually just so aware of that himself. Either way, I would just really love to know. Lastly, I want to bring up a specific restaurant that Ace and Ginger went to. Today, it's called Oscar's Steakhouse, after Oscar Goodman, who is actually in this film as Ace's attorney, as you can see here. Well, in real life, he was the actual attorney of the real mob member Ant and Lefty. He even hosts dinners today in the same rotunda from this scene where people can have dinner, listen to him talk about the mob days of Vegas, and even ask him questions. On to the important things. My rating, 5 stars. My favorite Scorsese film after Wolf of Wall Street, which is technically also a Vegas film. Average rating, 4.2. My favorite Letterboxd review goes to Marcella. The most relatable scene from this entire film is the one where De Niro gets pissed off because his blueberry muffin didn't have enough blueberries.
Look how many blueberries your muffin has and how many mine has. Yours is falling apart. I have nothing.
What are you talking about?
It's like everything else in this place. You don't do it yourself, it never gets done. I want you to put an equal amount of blueberries in each muffin.
True. Is this film stoner friendly? It's Vegas, baby. Everything is legal here, and you saw what they got away with here. How Vegas is this film? Well, this is the most Vegas film of all Vegas films, in my opinion, so that's why we started off with it. Anyway, I'm almost out of time. Thank you so much for listening. Join us next Monday at 4:20, where we cover Paul Blart 2 and Cut. We're literally smoking and talking about movies.